In this section of notes, we're going to look at a sampling distribution for a difference of means. So we've already looked at sampling distributions for proportions, for difference in proportions, and for means. Now we're looking at difference of means. So we're going to have two populations. We're going to have the parameter of interest be the two population means. We're going to take two samples and we're going to get two sample means, and we've got our sample sizes. So we've got all of this information in front of us. So here is just kind of a setup for you. So let's say we have a population of 10-year-old girls. We have them being normally distributed with a mean height of 56.4 and a standard deviation of 2.7 inches. For boys, 10-year-old boys, we've got that one being normally distributed with a mean of 55.7 and a standard deviation of 3.8 inches. We're going to take a sample of 12 girls and 8 boys, simple random samples, and we want to know what is that sampling distribution of the differences going to look like. Make sure you notice here we did notify which one came first and second in the subtraction problem. So you'll see the sub F and the sub M. So you can tell here that we're doing the girls minus the boys. So here we've got some pictures. The picture on the left is our sampling distribution for the females. The picture in the middle is our sampling distribution for the males. And then the last one on the right is the sampling distribution for the difference in heights. So remember, we want to look at shape, center, and spread when we're describing a distribution. And by now you know that some of these patterns you've seen in previous chapters, you know that they're going to hold. So going back to chapter 6, we know that for the means, if you're going to find a difference in means, you just find the two means and you subtract the two means from the two samples. For standard deviations, there's not a nice rule, but variances we know adds. We're going to take our variances from our two populations, we're going to add those and then take the square root of it to turn it back into a standard deviation. Don't forget that that standard deviation formula will only work if we are either sampling with replacement or if our sample sizes are less than 1/10 of the population size. And in terms of shape, we've got some rules from previous sections there where either we need to know that both of the original populations were approximately normally distributed, which in this case we did in the stem of the problem with the heights of the girls and the boys that was given to us. But if we don't know that, we would use the central limit theorem. We would just check both populations. So we want to make sure that our sample from our girls' population and our sample from our boys' population, both of those samples have 30 or more. And then that would make our distribution, our sampling distribution of the differences in means, that would make that approximately normal as long as the two individual samples were approximately normally distributed. Don't forget to take a few minutes to try the practice problems from this section before moving on.